My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Welcome back, everybody. We have Zverev here serving at the beginning of the fourth set. He just lost the third set to Yuri Lehecka. He is, of course, up 2-1. We do have Naomi Osaka and Karolína Muchová. They are on court number one, and they are warming up for their quarterfinal. It's the last singles match of the day on court number one. We've seen Sinner already play there and win his match in straight sets over Jan-Lennard Struff. How much more tennis do we have on center court? Well, depends on four people. Lehecka and Zverev. Will it be a four-set win for Zverev, or are we going to go to a fifth set? Then, of course, the match that follows that will be Felix Auger-Aliassime against Novak Djokovic. That is perhaps, certainly on the men's side, the match that most people were looking forward to today. But how will it pan out? Well, time will tell. But Zverev here looking to hold serve, and he's put a forehand into the net, so it is deuce on his serve. Been a pretty frustrating start to proceedings here for the German. Deuce. Once we get some information and the match gets underway between Muchová and Osaka, we will switch our attentions to that encounter. I see Lehecka here defending, but he can't defend that volley from Zverev. So the German is going to go up a game point once again. Do let me know in the live chat where you're tuning in from. Also, who you think is going to win this particular encounter. Yeah. Do they do that, though, only if it's raining, if that makes sense? Because last night they closed the roof due to... I mean, they make it up as they go along, I know. And it may be a rule that's changed. Oh, Muchová and Osaka are underway. With Muchová serving first, we'll switch our attention to that when this Zverev service game is done. So it's done the T-block return from Lehecka. Slice here from Yuri. Backhand from Zverev up the line. Lehecka on the forehand. Big forehand from Zverev goes into the tram line. Muchová shaky start, but she has won her first point. Gets to 15-30. So yes, been live since 2 o'clock, so 3 hours. Not quite 10, Kinkabano. I hope your maths are slightly better used when you are doing your other stuff. Juice here between Lehecka and Zverev. We're going to have a couple of break points right out the gate for Naomi Osaka. Wow. Is Osaka going to get off to a flying start in this quarterfinal? Another game point here for Zverev after that 138 miles an hour serve, which I think is pushing 200k an hour. Another good serve from him, and he does hold. Breaking news, Naomi Osaka has broken in the first game of the match. She leads Karolína Muchová by 1 game to love. We're going to switch over to that particular encounter over on court number 1. Well, maybe she will. Maybe she will. A lot of support here for Naomi in the live chat. Okay, 15 love. Osaka, 1 love, 15 love. Body serve is going to go long, so it's going to be a double fault. There's going to be another fault here as well. So 3 faults in a row here from Naomi Osaka at 15 all. Misplaced ball toss from Naomi. One around forehand the turn into the forehand of Osaka. Forehand from Muchová. It's going to be too much for Naomi Osaka. So 15-30. Gonna have a break point here for Muchová. That's a good serve from Osaka, but she's going to go long on the backhand, and we're back on serve already. So 1 game all. Lehecka and Zverev are 1 all on serve as well. Just one more match to come today in terms of a match that has yet to get underway. That is, of course, Felix Auger-Aliassime against Novak Djokovic. I didn't see her performance against Sabalenka. So was it as good as you're suggesting, Matthew? Oh, what a forehand winner cross court that is from Osaka. Flat as a pancake, that one. Love 15. Muchová makes that serve. It's on the turn, so 15 all. She's going to have to serve well today, you think, really? Muchová, given the return, it's going to be fizzed back at her on the other side of the net. Well, here's going to be a second serve for Naomi to look at. If we get some peril or something of note to report from the Lehecka-Zverev match, I will, of course, immediately bring it to you. But at the moment, Zverev here looking comfortable on serve at 1-30 love. That return from Naomi Osaka is actually going to hit the post. I mean the post on the side of the net at Wimbledon, but it is 30-15. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee, but it's going to be a double fault for 30 all. We saw a double fault for Naomi in the previous game that led to her getting broken. Yeah, not bad, Ashley. Not bad. I didn't really make that many calls this tournament, actually. Certainly not in terms of I didn't do a bracket at the beginning. So other than suggesting that Yannick would win the men's, I didn't really make any prediction on the women's in terms of winning the tournament. Going to have another break point here for Naomi Osaka after a mishit forehand for Muchová. I say another break point because she was already up a break in this match. In fact, we're on the verge of having 3 breaks in a row to begin this encounter on court 1. Lehecka and Zverev at the moment are staying on serve at the beginning of the 4th set. Lehecka really came out the gate firing today and won the first 3 games after the return at 3 all. That's a lovely forehand there from Naomi Osaka to win the point. So 2-1, right out of the gate, 3 breaks in a row. Let's switch our attention back to Lehecka and Zverev, at least momentarily. And it is Lehecka to serve at 1-2. Osaka Muchová changing ends. 3 breaks in a row there. And it is Osaka who's up by a break. The turn from Zverev is going to go long. So 15 love for Lehetska. Can the turn forehand here from Lehetska is going to be pretty good. Too good, as it turns out. 30 love. Okay, let's get back to Muchová and Osaka. Winner of this, of course, is going to be playing Coco Gauff in the semis.
Das wird mir so ein bisschen vorgeworfen manchmal, also dass sie nur einen Gang hat. Und das
So 30-15 here on the Osaka serve. Osaka a bit lucky there with that net cord, and then in the end she puts a backhand into the net. It's 30 all. So Osaka's here on the attack, puts that forehand away. 40-30, game point for Naomi to get to 3-1. The first hold, potentially, of this match. She has a game point here. Forehand return into the forehand of Osaka, which is going to go long. So we're at deuce. Ooh, that forehand's going to go long from Osaka. And so we're going to have another break point here for Muchová. Are we going to get our fourth break in a row? Still a first serve here for Osaka after that let. Second serve now. Some support here for Zverev in the chat. Who is 30 love up on his serve. Backhand return to the backhand of Osaka, which goes into the net. And indeed, we've had 4 breaks of serve to begin this match. I don't know what Karolína is talking to her box about. I hope that this movement on her right-hand side wasn't related to any physical issues she might be feeling. We do know that Karolína's had an injury-hit career that has undermined her chances of winning a Grand Slam. 2-all, 4 breaks of serve in a row. Zverev is at 30-15. Osaka's gone long on the return there, so 15 love here for Muchová. Zverev has 2 game points for a 3-2 lead. How are you doing, Ashley? Long time, by the way. Osaka goes long there, so 30 love, and she's showing some frustration with that one. Do hit that like button, people, and if you haven't done so already, please do hit subscribe. We are now on almost on 33,400 subscribers, so well done you. Backhand here from Muchová. She comes into the net, but she really should have gone in the opposite direction with that backhand. Surprised she went up the line. 30-15. So done the tee, unreturned, so 40-15. Remember, the winner of this match will play Coco Gauff in the other semi-final. The turn is going to go long. And so we do have our first hold of serve for a player in this match, and it's going to be for Muchová, who leads by 3-2. All right, let's switch back to Lehecka and Zverev. Lehecka is serving at 2-3. Lehecka to serve. Misses the first serve. Ooh, 30 love here for Lehecka. Ooh, a bit lucky there, Lehecka, on that one, because that hit the net as it went through, but it landed in. So it's still a second serve. Backhand return here from Zverev into the backhand of Lehecka. Backhand cross court. Net there from Zverev. So it is 40 love. Osaka here serving at 2-3, 30-15. Nick here asking, is the game about to end? Which one? No matches right now are super close to the end. Let's say that. The one that could, of course, end soonish would be Lehecka-Zverev if maybe Zverev was to remarkably get the break here from 40 love. Double fault there from Lehecka. He toyed with it on the previous game, or the previous point, sorry, when he hit the net cord on the way through. Osaka trying to hold her serve for the first time in the match is 2-3, 30 all. And she's going to have to face a break point now, Osaka, 30-40. And another fault comes raining down from Lehecka. I will switch my attention to Osaka Muchová in a moment. Nice forehand up the line there from Lehecka to get the hole for 3 all. Okay, let's quickly switch over to Osaka and Muchová, where Muchová is trying to go up a break for the first time in the match. As my voice goes all Harry Kane on you. She's not got the break, though, because Osaka saved the break point to get to deuce. Okay. That can return. Is going to go long. Game point, Osaka. And Osaka holds for 3 all. So she does indeed get her first hold of serve. Love 15 here on the Zverev serve as well, while Muchová goes up 15 love with a nice serve volley. Keep hitting the like button, people. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. We are on 33,393 subscribers right now. So please hit subscribe. $30 love for Muchová. $40 love. Zverev here now at 30-15 as well. So 3 game points here for Muchová to get to the 4-3 moment for the change of ends. In the meantime, do make sure you hit that like button. Right. So we have a game point here for Zverev to get to 4-3. Osaka and Muchová on serve after a wobbly start for both players on their serves. 2 breaks each, but now we're at 4-3 on serve. When they return to the court, Osaka will be serving at 3-4 after 26 minutes. Zverev has a game point for 4-3, but can he take it? You might be right, Snehil. She's been broken twice today, actually. I thought Kazatkina broke her. I think Kazatkina broke her in the second set. And there may have been other breaks as well, but I'm pretty sure that Kazatkina got a break against her in the second set. No, today Osaka's been broken twice, my friend. The first 4 games were all breaks. Osaka lost her serve. Snehil, chill, my friend. Listen, we are not here to spread things that are not true. There have been 4 breaks of serve to begin this match. Osaka was broken twice. She was also broken in the second set against Kazatkina. The first 4 games were all breaks, yes. There's been 3 holds since, and it does look like we're going to get a 4th one. We'll see. 4th hold. Talking of holds and breaks, interesting moment here with Zverev serving at 3-all deuce. The first 4 games, so we had 2 breaks each, Snehil. And breathe. Good serve out wide there for Zverev to get to advantage and a game point. Okay, Zverev does hold. So let's switch our attention back to Osaka and Muchová. Going to go long there is Osaka. So it is 40-30. Hey, Jake. Nice forehand winner there for Naomi Osaka to get to 4 games all. Viktorovski there smiling. See his charge hold serve. Viktorovski, of course, a coach that Iga Swiatek dispensed of almost 2 years ago. Okay, 4-all here, Muchová. Back to serve. Very different situation to the first set of their match in Bad Homburg. What a backhand up the line from Naomi Osaka. Maybe Muchová could have done more with that, but nevertheless, Osaka hit that true. Love 15. I mean, I guess she could have gone the other direction or hit it a bit harder or gone a bit closer to the line. All of which, of course, are a little bit more risky. But here we go. Love 15. Okay, Muchová here with a 4. And that's smart from Karolína. 15 all. Have we got to 33,400 subscribers? Let's have a quick look. No, we are 3 short. 3 short. 3 more people need to hit subscribe. Ooh, Naomi Osaka's annoyed with that one. Oh, yeah. Good serve out wide there for Muchová to get to 40-15. Not a lot, Jake. Not a lot. Fine margins each set. Struffy started the match well, but when you're going up love 30. I also thought Struffy played a bit within himself today. I think he was caught between the 2 stools of playing his normal game, which I think he anticipated probably would ultimately not survive against Yannick. But then conversely, he also wanted to sort of make it a bit more arduous because maybe he thought, you know, make it go 4 or 5 sets, let some long rallies, see how physically tough it might be. And yeah, didn't really. Yeah, I think he could have played a bit more aggressively. Considering he's normally a pretty aggressive player. But easier said than done, right? Against the best player in the world right now. And I think maybe 3 years ago that'd have been more interesting with, especially where Jan Leonard was at then. He just must have wished that he could, playing the best tennis of his career in 23, that he couldn't just stay fit for that sort of 12 months, 23 and 24. Now he's pretty much fit, but his tennis isn't quite there. So yeah, the winner of this match, of course, is going to be playing Coco Gauff. Lehecka's held for 4 all. How many likes have we got on this video? Backhand return into the backhand of Osaka. The backhand from Muchová goes into the net. I don't think we've seen any. I mean, the Gauff Pegula match was very enjoyable, but because of the narratives, the humming and hawing, the roller coaster nature, the breaks, but the shot making wasn't quite there. I think certainly from Pegula today, who'd sort of from set 2 or middle of set 2 onwards didn't seem to be playing a normal game, a normal level. 40 love here for Zverev. And so looking pretty comfortable. In fact, it is comfortable that he does indeed hold. And Lehecka's going to serve to stay in the match. We'll switch to that when they return to the court because that is obviously an important moment of the match. Osaka is serving to stay in the set, but she's looking very good with some good serves, including that last one down the tee to give her 3 game points. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. And really, Pegula was on top of the match and should have really taken it by the scruff of the neck during that second set with the break points and the love 30s and the 15-30 she had on the Coco serve. And Coco wasn't getting close to the Pegula serve either until 3-4. And then suddenly, before you know it, love 40 and like, oh, Pegula's going to get broken here. Oh, Coco's going to serve for the second set. Not a gut feeling, no, but this tournament was sort of opening up, wasn't it? With either the form or the early exits for players, you know, Rebecca, Swiatek, Sabalenka. So she was the favourite, wasn't she? Really going into these quarterfinals, given her pedigree on the surface and fairly good temperament. I think some people questioned her temperament, but the matches that she's lost, it's not like she's lost matches up a set and a break or serving for the match or squandering match points. The matches she's lost, big ones against Sabalenka, for example, have been just Arena, just being too good. I mean, the 7-6, was it 7-6, 7-6 at the US Open? Super high quality. Pegula beats most players in the world that day. Good return there from Naomi to get love 15 here. Ooh. Just going to go to Lehetska Zverev. It's 15 love on Yuri's serve, but he is serving to stay in the match. Mind you, he's up 30 love now. So 30 love here. Nice forehand winner there for Lehetska. Muchova's in a spot of bother over on center, over on court number 1. She's love 30 down on her serve. Forehand winners in this match. Lehetska 13, Zverev 12. Zverev missing a forehand. Not for the first time in his career there. And so a comfortable hold for Lehetska, given the circumstances, very impressive. Gets to 5-all. 5-all is the score between Osaka and Muchova, but they are in the first set. And Muchova's serving at 5-all, 15-30. If we get a break point, we will just switch over for that one. Excuse me. 30-all now, Muchova. Second serve here for Lehetska to look at. Are we going to get a break point between Muchova and Osaka at the business end of this first set? 40 minutes on the clock. One around, forehand return for Lehetska. Forehand from Zverev. Forehand Lehetska up the line. Now on the backhand, Lehetska staying on the backhand is Zverev. Well done, Zverev, for hanging in that rally. 15 love. Game point, Karolína Muchová for 6-5. We're close to Argentina, Egypt time, aren't we? They're kicking off in 7 minutes. Good serve there from Zverev. Zverev up the line. Nice backhand winner from him to get to 30 love. I remember Nerland once saying, is there anything better than fizzy water? or carbonated water. I'm drinking some right now. Just reminded me of Nerland's comment once. I don't really see it through that prism, Jake, because yeah, Bobby Martinez. Really think it's interesting how those three managers, Martinez, Carlo Ancelotti, and Rudy Garcia, have gone about their business in this World Cup in very different ways. Who was I was talking to someone about this? Might have been Ghosty. But just how Rudy Garcia's dealt with like Ryan Cherky and break point Osaka. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. And Kevin De Bruyne, we're back to Juice. Okay, Muchová, good serve down the tee to get her a game point. So an advantage now for the Czech. Talking of Czechs, Lehecka's going to serve to stay in the match once again when they return to the court. Last time he served to stay in the match, he won game to love, so no biggie. Just loving your arrows there. Osaka on the attack here. Muchová goes to the passing shot, doesn't make it. I think she should have gone cross court there, Karolína. My big question, Jake, is about the option or options off the bench. I don't really know if they have. So I've looked at the three situations. I thought Rudy Garcia really courageous. And I do think taking a decision and making a decision is huge. And it's what being a manager and being a leader is all about. And Rudy Garcia taking off Cherky and Kevin De Bruyne. Ooh. When they were 2-0 down at Senegal is like, wowzer, you know, wow, that's huge. And then obviously not playing them yesterday in their 4-1 win over Belgium. And then Carlo Ancelotti and the whole, reality TV style. Sorry, yeah, Doku. I think I said Cherky, didn't I? I meant Doku. Yeah, and then the reality Tiles TV squad announcement, picking Neymar, going for the name, going for the cult over trying to win the World Cup. And then doing a cheeky tweet yesterday saying he's looking at the long term. I mean, that's just taking the biscuit, Carlo. I really rate Carlo as a manager, but case by case, he's made a right pig's ear of this. So, and then you've got the third case. I'm leaning more towards the sort of this is great. So yeah, and I'm leaning more that Bobby Martinez has taken the Neymar route. But what we know with Neymar is that there were other options. And yeah, Brazil, 250 million people, plenty of forwards in that country. Some were in the squad as well. And yeah, just didn't need to be there. Just a huge unnecessary distraction and a show. But with Ronaldo, I just don't really. I get it. I would have been seeking other options, and probably he should have been subbed a bit more often. But I don't really know what other number 9s they had out there. I'd have had Casemiro in the squad for Brazil, but I mean, the other options were Fabinho, right? So this is what makes a mockery of the whole, building stuff. Oh, what a forehand winner that is from Naomi Osaka. I did sort of retweet it and mock it, the tweet from Carlo Ancelotti yesterday, because it was just absolute nonsense. This was my tweet regarding Ancelotti. Okay, so we go to a tie break between Zverev and Lehecka, and Osaka and Muchová look like they're going to do the same. 30-15 on the Osaka serve. Going to join that Zverev-Lehecka tiebreak in a moment. Oh, backhand at the net there from Osaka, and it's 30-all. Listen, what? I'm a bit upset and a bit tired of some of these so-called journalists that are just spouting off stuff without backing it up. So there was something about Fernandez's wages. We'll put a figure on this. There was something about, people at the club said this. Well, tell us who. Yeah. There's also the notion about, the last 5 signings have been good, have been a success. It says who? Who says that? Let's just like, I don't think we should kill someone after their first season who comes into the club who maybe didn't quite perform at the level that we want. We also don't need to go over the top. I think the only one of the signings that you would say has been a fairly unqualified success so far would be Osaka. Well done. No, not Naomi Osaka. She's not signed for Man United. Would be Senna Lehmans. And even then, you need to wait another couple of years. If we assessed Martial after his first 18 months at the club, we'd be going, wow, what an unbelievable signing he's been. And yet, of course, we know that you have to assess a signing not necessarily at the end of their tenure. I think we can say that whatever Bruno does for the next couple of years, I think we can say that he has been a success. But the 5 signings that are being called a success by the journalists are open to interpretation. I think Dorgu was rough for 9 months, but has had a good 3 months. I think he's been at the club for 18 months, but I know he's missed 3 months as well. So, yeah. Lamans has had probably 90% of his performance have either been very good or extremely good. So, fair enough. I'm liking what I'm seeing with Kun, but the jury's very much out on Dorgu. I don't think you can call that a success yet. Yeah, sure. If he has a great next 12 months, fine. But Cunha, I'm liking what I'm seeing. But again, I'm going to wait another 12, 18 months before calling it an unqualified success. And, well, Mbeumo, big doubts. Sesko, doubts. Don't know where we're at. It's a 50-50, Sesko, right? You can't be calling it a success. It's okay. It would be hasty to go either way on Sesko. We'll see. Maybe next season he's going to kick on and fantastic. But again, think about where we were at with, who was the Danish striker? Højlund, So we've got Senna Lamans. I'm okay with it. But even Senna Lamans could have 3 rough years. And suddenly we're not saying he's a success anymore. So, yeah. 3-1 Muchová. Oh, and 4-1 Zverev. I think we should just... Should we get to the chat? I'm going to get the multi-view on. So, Muchová 3-1. Zverev 4-1. Very close to the finish line. Muchová 4-1. I mean, I think Sesko's, 8s out of 10s, 9 out of 10s goals. If we look at Højlund's first 6 months, people were raving about him, right? And then it went downhill for the next 18. I think he was at the club for 2 seasons. Sesko was probably more like question marks for the first 3 or 4 months, and then maybe raving would be too strong a word, but very happy for the next 3 or 4. So, right. 4-2 change of ends. So Lehetska's going to serve at 2-4. Wow. 5-1 Muchová. Very much in charge of this tiebreak at the change of ends. Let's switch over, therefore, to having my Lehetska Zverev. I've got a multi-screen thing here, but the problem is Osaka Muchová is now quite small, and I'm today a little bit further away from the TV than normal, so I should probably get my binoculars out. Okay, Lehetska is serving at 2-4 in the tiebreak. 2-4 becomes 3-4 pretty quickly. Okay, Zverev to serve here at 4-3. Osaka 1-5 in this tiebreak. She's about to serve, having changed ends. Zverev here serving 4-3. 3 hours and 15 minutes so far for this match over the last 2 days. Good serve out wide from Zverev. Forehand from him into the backhand slice of Lehetska. Forehand from Zverev. Lehetska, ooh. There were 2 reasons I went ooh, and there was a reason why it was extended. Is because, first of all, he went for a cheeky little backhand cross court that was ambitious and ultimately didn't get over the net, hence the first ooh. And the extended ooh occurred because he fell. Albeit I think he's okay, smartly letting go of his racket pretty quickly. So, 5-3 Zverev. 6-2 Muchová. So, 4 set points for Karolína Muchová. Zverev, is he going to get some match points? He's on the forehand here. It's a bit of a timid forehand from him. Timid backhand too, but Lehetska's also not exactly being Mr. Captain Bravery here, as they just go down the center of the court. Now he's hitting the ball a bit harder, is Lehetska. Pushing Zverev out wide and getting that mini break back. So 5-4. Osaka saves the first of the set points. Now she's going to have a couple of serves. She wins these 2. What a return that was, by the way, from Naomi Osaka. Sensational. Okay, Muchová here with a slice. Backhand now from Osaka up the line. Forehand Muchová goes into the net. So it's now 6-4 there. Ooh, looking at this Zverev, Lehetska one. Zverev on top of this rally. Is he going to win the point from here? Lehetska fighting. But he puts the forehand into the net. We have 2 match points for Zverev. 6-4. The first will come on the Lehetska serve. Osaka here serving. Karolína Muchová wins the second set. Wins the first set with a forehand winner. 7-6. Right. Here we go then. Lehetska Zverev. 2 match points for the German. Wonderful serve out wide to save the first of those set points. Muchová leads Osaka by 1-0. Lehecka's just saved the first of those match points with a serve out wide. It was an ace. Now, Zverev here. Match point number 2, but this one is on his serve. 3 hours and 18 minutes for this match that began almost 24 hours ago. Serves into the net on the first serve. So a second serve here for Jiří Lehecka to look at. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Second serve can take as long as he likes. Here we go. Ball up. Double fall, Alexander Zverev. 6-all. Gotta laugh, haven't you? Right. Well, how are Argentina, Egypt doing? 0-0. 8 minutes in. Argentina peaking early at World Cups has been a thing of the past. I'm looking at you, 2006 World Cup. Right. Zverev here, 6-all. Serving. Has had 2 match points. The second of which was on his serve, but he double faulted. Serves down the tee. It's a good serve down the tee. He's going to get another match point. After the return, Lehecka just got his racket on it, but couldn't control it, and it went long. So we have another match point for Alexander Zverev. Lehecka here, 6-7. Lehecka here, 6-7. Second serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? Oh no, it's the first serve. My bad. First serve. Forgive me, people. I've had 2 nights up watching football. Backhand return from Zverev is pretty good. Backhand into the net from Lehecka. Zverev gets the job done in 4 sets. 6-4, 7-5, 3-6, 7-6. And how Lehecka must rue those breakpoint opportunities he had in the earlier part of this match. And also, the tennis he played in the third set, including last night, when he was a big threat on the Zverev serve in the first few games of the set as well that were played last night. Came out firing as well today. I just think Lehecka put the pedal to the metal just a bit too late. Should have started the match in that manner, in my opinion. Playing good, aggressive grass court tennis. And yeah, okay, you can lose the set on a tiebreak as you did in the 4th set. That can happen. But yeah, I think some regrets for Jiří in the first couple of sets. Because actually, I think the tennis he played in the 6 games last night before we got to 3-all was really good. And he was easily the better player. And he actually continued that in the first 3 games today and won the first 3 games after the restart. However, it is Zverev who progresses and will play Taylor Fritz in the quarterfinal tomorrow. Going to have a quick look at that Taylor Fritz match right now, actually. We might get to hear from him as well. In fact, we'll listen to Zverev first, I think. Shall we have a quick look at some of the stats from this encounter as I see Lehecka wave to the crowd? I'm going to have a quick look at some of the stats from this match. Of course, the most important stat of all is that Zverev has won in 4 sets. And it does mean that Felix Auger-Aliassime and Djokovic can take to the court very, very shortly on center court. Yeah, so I said I'd talk about some of the stats from this encounter. Well, 14 aces from Lehecka, 12 from Zverev, 4 double faults from Zverev, including one on one of his 3 match points, eventually getting over the line on his 3rd match point after Lehecka netted. Zverev getting 70% of his first serves in. I mean, he's just one of the best in the world at getting those first serves in. Although, yeah, at 70%, he can get more. He can get more than that. 3 hours and 21 minutes this particular encounter was. Are we going to hear? Yeah.
Alex, well
Here we
done.
go.
First of all, how happy are you to hear the words "You're through to your first Wimbledon quarterfinal"?
First ever Wimbledon quarterfinal for Zverev. 1 from 8 break points, Lehecka.
Yeah, who would have thought it would have only taken me 12 years to get there, but yeah, I'm incredibly happy, incredibly relieved to achieve that. But of course, I want to play 3 more matches here, and it was a fantastic match that lasted 2 days. Of course, it's never easy to come back the following day, and I thought he played amazing today. So credit to him for keeping the fight up and making it very difficult to me.
How easy or hard was it to restart the engine today?
Yeah, for me it was a bit difficult. I lost the first 3 games and gave away the 3rd set, but again, he came out playing incredible tennis. He came out swinging, and credit to him. I think he did a fantastic job in that. But again, I'm happy to be through in 4 sets and not having to play another set today.
And of course, people have already asked the question about the challenge of playing last night, taking a pause, starting today, and playing again tomorrow. How tough will that be?
Yeah, I think mentally it's more
Playing again tomorrow.
Physically, not having time to kind of just breathe, to kind of just realize what is happening, to prepare for the next match. I think playing back-to-back days, especially best of 5, is not easy. But I'm very happy to be playing tomorrow, and that's the most important thing. I hope I'll be back on this wonderful court and playing my best tennis again.
And what sort of match can we expect against Taylor Fritz in that quarterfinal?
Probably not a very entertaining one, because we both serve 140 miles an hour, so there's not going to be many rallies I would expect. But at the end of the day, this is grass court tennis, so everything happens very fast, everything happens very quickly, and I'm going to do everything I can to be playing my best tennis tomorrow.
Well, thank you for today's entertainment. Congratulations to Alexander Zverev.
Zverev then into the quarterfinals, where tomorrow he's going to play Taylor Fritz in a head-to-head that doesn't look good for Alexander Zverev. As you can see, 10 wins for the American and 5 for Zverev. And I think nearly a lot of those wins for Taylor have come in a row. In fact, let's have a look at that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 matches have all gone the way of Fritz. Zverev actually began the head-to-head by winning the first 2 matches, including one on grass at Wimbledon, but a long time ago in 2018. They actually also played on grass at Wimbledon in 2021, and Zverev won that one as well. So, yeah, but they also had another one on grass in 2024 that went the way of Taylor Fritz in 5 sets. So it's 2-1 in their Wimbledon clashes on grass in Zverev's favor. But, yeah, they also played on grass just recently in Halle, and that one very close went the way of Taylor. But 10-5 is the head-to-head. How do I see this one going? Well, as he said, it's all about serving and serving well. But I do think if this match had been maybe a couple of months ago when Taylor was struggling physically and Zverev was in a pretty good groove, and I think Zverev is still in a good groove. I mean, how many matches is he unbeaten? Well, of course, he lost in Halle, didn't he? But in slam matches, he's won 7 plus 4, 11 slam matches in a row. Pretty good, right? These are sort of the sort of stats that the big 3 would occasionally post when they're winning sort of 10, 15, 20 matches in a row at slams. But Taylor's in a really good spot right now. And Taylor, during the grass court season, has pun intended, pulled up some trees in terms of the fact that in Stuttgart, he made the final. Halle, he made the final. Eastbourne, he pulled out. Fair enough, because of his excerpts in Halle and Stuttgart. And now here in Wimbledon, Taylor has come through Lajovic in straights. Probably dodged a bullet, by the way, in terms of having to play Lajovic over Draper. I mean, dodged a bullet. I think Taylor still would have come through against Jack, but it was a much easier match to play against the lucky loser Lajovic in straights rather than a formidable opponent in the form of Jack Draper. Then he comes through Kipson in straights. He does drop a set, the first set against Sonego, but ultimately prevails in 4 sets in the third round. And again, straight sets for Taylor against Bublik. As for Zverev's route to this stage, he has come through 4 sets against Blocks in the first round, then straight sets over Royer and Giron, and then 4 sets again. So fairly comfortable for both players. I don't think physically either is going to be struggling too much. I do think that Taylor's, at least for now, his injury travails are behind him. But we've got to look at that head-to-head, right? Got to look at that head-to-head. And you've got to be thinking, Taylor, probably in 4, maybe 5 sets. You know, I think Taylor, as soon as the draw was made, not being on the same half as Jannik Sinner or Novak Djokovic, does then become the favourite to make the final. And he's justifying that favourite tag. Do let me know what you think in the comments section. And yeah, we're now going to switch our attentions to Karolína Muchová against Naomi Osaka, but we'll also have a watch along for Felix Auger-Aliassime against Novak Djokovic for a spot in the semi-finals. But that is all to come. See you on the other side. See you for Osaka against Muchová. Right, Osaka Muchová, here we go. Oh. Oof, the draw could. Pretty much as I expected, Jake, I would say, regarding Ineos. Deuce here on the Osaka serve. Where are we at now for Naomi? Just a moment. Oh, got to shift my screen share across because most of you are here to tune in for Osaka against Muchová, which is deuce right now. Osaka here to serve at deuce, down the tee, backhand return into the backhand of Osaka, backhand Muchová goes into the net. So a game point for Naomi Osaka. Wow. Egypt, yeah, 1-0 up. Who knows, if that goes to extra time and one of Novak or Felix get the job done quickly, might get to see some of that match. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic. Okay, a hold of serve there for Osaka to get to 2-1. Change of ends. How do we see this one going? Let me know in the live chat. Who's winning this match? Naomi Osaka or Karolína Muchová? Do get voting in our poll, and then let me know in the live chat. Who's winning? Who's going to win this match? Osaka or the person who's leading from the front at the moment, Karolína Muchová? 1 set to love, spot in the Wimbledon semi-final at place. At stake. Neither of these two players have ever made a Wimbledon semi-final before. Do we know the order of play? I think we do for tomorrow, right? Yeah, it's Fritz Zverev is up first, and then Kaboli Ferry. Oh, I say that. I mean, what I mean is Kaboli Ferry are second on center. Fritz and Zverev are second on court 1. Got it. Yeah, yeah. But center starts later. Okay, Muchová here serving at love 15. All support here for Osaka. Messi missed a penalty, did he? Ooh. 30-15 now for Muchová. Okay, lovely forehand winner there from Muchová to hold serve for 2-all. Really good aggressive tennis there from Karolína. So 2-all. Something's going on with the umpire on her telephone. Love. Can return. It's going to go long. 30-15. (40-15) now for Naomi. Both players pretty comfortable on serve this set compared to how they started the match when there was 4 breaks of serve. Naomi goes long there, 40-30. Good backhand from Osaka up the line, and Muchová can't deal with that. So we're on at 3-2. So medical attention here for one of the 2 players. Muchová seems to be moving okay, but she's normally the more fragile of the 2. And of course, it was Osaka who went into the tournament with some medical issues, having, of course, given the walkover to Karolína Muchová, right? In Bad Homburg in the final. Ooh. I'd go for the head of the ATP. But it wouldn't be it could be a cordial conversation, but I think I might ask 1 or 2 tricky questions. No. Yeah, let me know who's getting the medical attention here, because actually the camera's come back onto centre court. So someone is getting some attention. And I'll say of the 2, I don't know. I see Felix Auger-Aliassime and Djokovic have just walked onto court. Did someone get some medical attention there? Because I still don't know who it was. Because they're about to serve again. It's Muchová serving. $30 here for Muchová. Okay, 40 love. So again, like I say, this has been this set has been much more comfortable for these players on serve compared to how they began the first set. And Muchová holds. Three all. Are we going to go to a third set here? I still don't know who got that bit of attention medically. Oh, United win the Champions League. Yeah, that's an easy one. $15 all. $15.30 now on the Osaka serve. So those suggestions of a third set might be just having to be tempered for the moment. But there's an ace for Osaka to get to 30 all. Is it me or the stats that they bring up are just rubbish? You know, I'd love to know when we go into a tie break, like Sabalenka hasn't lost in a tie break since whatever, or Sabalenka, her slam run of not losing in 3 sets. But they just go like, I don't know, Sinner's 2-2 in quarterfinals. Oh, at Wimbledon. Really? Come on. Come on, you people of the world. You can do better than that. Surely. Or maybe you can't. Ace for Osaka to hold. 4-3. It's a nice hold for her from 15-30 down. Just applying a bit of pressure to Muchová, saying, look, I'm still here. Do we know who had that medical attention? Still don't know, right? Oh, let me get the correct score line for you up on the board here. Well, then maybe we want to have a quick look at both of these. Just have a quick look. See where we're at. Djokovic and Felix warming up. About to get underway on centre court. Just going to have a quick look at where they're at because they might be about to start there. In fact, I think they are. Just about 30 seconds away. So tomorrow begins with Noskova and Mertens on court number 1. Okay, good to know. Do I not have a stream set up for Moskova Mertens? Maybe. Maybe I don't. Need to set one up. Okay, Muchová here serving at 3-4, 15 all. Start for Felix here at 15:30 on the Djokovic serve. A wonderful backhand cross court. Yes, a wonderful backhand cross court there from Felix Auger-Aliassime. Okay, 30 all. On the Osaka Muchová match, it's on Muchová's serve. Ace down the tee. Muchová holds 4 games all. Talking about the temperature dropping there. Oh, now 15 here on the Osaka serve. I think the crowd seemed to be maybe a little bit more with with Osaka. Djokovic got the hold, by the way, for 1 love over on court. Centre court. Oh, wow, that's just too big from Osaka. Muchová can't deal with that. 30-15. Backhand slice here from Karolína. Forehand there from Osaka, forehand to forehand right now. And that forehand's going to go long from Osaka. So 30 all. Ace down the tee from Osaka. Chalk flew up. So 40-30 here. Second serve for Muchová to look at. Double fault, so deuce. Ill-timed. I know there's no good time to hit double fault, but maybe when you're 40 love up in the first game. Not 40-30, 4-all when you're 1 set to love down. Osaka serves out wide an ace. That's a good time to serve an ace. Felix and Djokovic have both held for 1 game all. I will switch my attention to that match shortly. We've got a pretty big moment here with Osaka and Muchová. Double fault again. It's ace double fault, ace double fault from Naomi at the moment. Hey, Rose. I'd be surprised if we get Chouameni. Oh, second serve here. Definitely not Fergus. Run around forehand return. Forehand into the net from Muchová. Sorry, from Osaka. We've got a break point here for Karolína Muchová. Fergus is very rare. Oh, second serve here as well for Muchová to look at. Backhand return from Karolína into the forehand of Naomi. Backhand cross court from Muchová. Backhand Naomi. Oh, that was a risky backhand. And the backhand from Muchová is going to go into the tram line. Djokovic is 30-15 on his serve. Glad to be here, Rose. Glad to have you on board. Okay, deuce. That was a big point for Karolína. It was a big point for Naomi as well, but Karolína was not quite on her racket, but you know what I mean? She was very much in the rally. Run around forehand return. Huge forehand from Osaka goes into the net. She was going down the line over the higher part of the net, and she put it into the net. So we've got a break point here for Karolína Muchová. Coco Gauff won indeed. Wow, indeed. Okay, break point number 2 in this game for Karolína Muchová. Djokovic looking comfortable on serve at the moment, 40-15. Second serve as well. 2 double faults in this game have been pretty costly for Naomi. Run around forehand return. Into the forehand of Naomi Osaka. It's a good forehand. Karolína on the move. Drive volley missed by Naomi Osaka. It was, yeah, I say it's tough, but for these guys, it's doable. And she probably makes that 8 times out of 10. But I always say the drive volley is the most nervy shot in tennis. When you're trying to save a huge break point, match point, whatever. Oh dear. So when they return to the court, Muchová will serve for the match and a spot in her first ever Wimbledon semi-final. Meanwhile, Djokovic and Felix have held serve on 3 separate occasions. $15 love here for Muchová. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, Muchová to serve. Backhand return. Muchová comes into the net. It's a nice little backhand slice. Let that one go, and it's going to go long. Yeah, 30 love. Ace for Muchová, bringing up 3 match points. Three match points here for Karolína Muchová. Where are you going to go with the serve? Ace again. Wow, Karolína Muchová, take a bow. 2 aces there to see it out. And when the crucial break game for Muchová, it was 2 double faults from Naomi Osaka that put her in big trouble. And it is Karolína Muchová, after an hour and 40 minutes, into her first ever Wimbledon semi-final, where she's going to face Coco Gauff. Going to have a look at some of the stats from this particular encounter. Of course, the most important stat of all, Muchová wins in straight sets, 7-6, 6-4. But some stats here. 9 aces for Osaka, 7 for Muchová. I think 4. So there were 16 matches and 16 aces, and 4 of them came in the last 2 games. 2 for Osaka, 2 for Muchová. 4 double faults for Osaka in the match, but 2 came in that crucial game just now at 4-all. They exchange breaks to begin the match as Naomi Osaka waves to the crowd and says goodbye to Wimbledon for another year. Deepest run ever at this tournament, getting to the quarters. She looks pretty glum as she walks off. I guess that's natural. It was a finely balanced match, and maybe she just needs to consolidate one of those breaks she got at the beginning of the match, when she goes up 1-love with a break, then gets reeled in, 2-1 with a break, then gets reeled in, and then just 5-1 change of ends in the tie break. It's done, right? And that's where you're at. From Naomi's perspective as well, 59% of her first serves in. That'll disappoint her in terms of the number of percentage in the first serve. And not only that, she's only winning 42% on the second serve, winning those points. So that puts pressure on you, making sure you get those first serves in. Total points won. Muchová 84, 69 for Osaka. So probably no complaints there. Osaka was 2 from 3 on break points and 2 conversions from 3 chances. And we had 3 from 7 for Muchová. All right, we're going to hear from Karolína Muchová now as she reflects on that straight sets win in her first ever Wimbledon semi-final.
Congratulations for the first first time here at Wimbledon, you're through to the semi-finals. How special a day is this for you?
I mean, she's knocked at the door, but it's been a few years since she knocked at the Wimbledon semi-final door, undermined by injuries, of course.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm super happy with today's win, with this atmosphere. I don't know, guys, if you know, but I played 3 times on this court and it's a 0-3, so I was a little bit...
First ever win on centre court.
...relationship with this court, but...
Oh, first ever win on number 1 court, my bad. So number 1 court.
But I'm super happy we finally made it today and I got that win in front of you all. Thank you for supporting us. It was unbelievable. Thank you.
The thing, Karolína, about playing somebody like Naomi Osaka is that it's difficult to get into that rhythm, because even when you're up, you know that she's always going to come back at you. How proud are you of how you just seem to keep calm? I'm not sure if that's really how you were feeling, but you looked very calm throughout.
Oh my gosh, I was nervous. I was very nervous, but yeah, as you said, she's an unbelievable athlete. We played so many times. We played a week ago in
Bad Homburg, yeah.
against each other, so I think we know each other pretty well at this point. And I know that you can't lose that focus. You have to still keep going and play every point, because as you mentioned, you give her a little chance, she takes it, and then it goes the other way. So yeah, all the best to her. She is great tennis player. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm glad I won today.
We're glad you won today as well. You mentioned that match that you played against Naomi recently. You won a title on grass coming into this. You're playing supremely well. Martina Navratilova was saying how well that you're playing. Serve, return, absolutely complete on the grass. How comfortable are you feeling out here on this surface?
I'm feeling all the pressure now after you said this. No, I love grass. I love to play on this surface. The season is so short for us, so I try to enjoy it. And yeah, it's just it's perfect that I can be here my second week, and I can prolong this short season and be here in London with all of you.
Huge congratulations. Through to the semi-finals.
There you go, Karolína Muchová into her first ever Wimbledon semi-final. And she's going to be playing Coco Gauff, who is also in her first ever Wimbledon semi-final. Now, the head-to-head, as I've seen 1 or 2 people already highlight on social media, is 6-1 in favor of Coco Gauff. That one victory, though, was their most recent occasion when they played in Stuttgart. So that's good news for Karolína, that she has at least reversed that trend, winning the most recent encounter between these two. And it was a big win, I felt, for Karolína, that one, in terms of the momentum of their rivalry, which has largely been one-way traffic. There have been sets that have gone the way of Karolína, as you'll see. There was a set at the Australian Open this year. And that was it, actually. It was the Australian Open this year when Karolína won her first set over Coco, so maybe that was a sign of things to come. But this is their first match on grass, so I do think in terms of grass court pedigree, and I think I said before that match they had in Stuttgart, the one that eventually Muchová, where she got her first win, it was like natural surfaces, but in particular grass is where Muchová probably will get her first win. Well, she got it on the clay in Stuttgart rather than on the grass, for example, at Wimbledon. And Muchová, in terms of her run, she has come through in straights over Zakharova. Then there was a straight sets win over Zhang and a straight sets win over Sawan Kao. I remember watching that. Sawan Kao did serve for the second set, but ultimately Muchová got over the line. But a really good couple of wins now back-to-back for Karolína, justifying her semi-final berth for the first time in her career, Wimbledon. A 3-set win over her compatriot Barbora Krejcikova, followed by Naomi Osaka in the quarterfinals, and Osaka playing the best grass court tennis of her career. I think, you can't be much more battle-hardened than that if you're looking at it from Muchová's perspective. As for Coco Gauff, well, a very surprising run, particularly from this observer here. I did not see her getting to the semi-finals, having not won a match on grass in 2 years coming into this tournament. Now, of course, you don't play that many grass court matches. That was just 3 losses in a row. But someone who's never made the quarters at Wimbledon before, this year, not only has she made the quarters, she's gone one step further, beating Korpach in 3 sets in round 2. In the first round, coming through Sierra. I actually thought Sierra might knock her out, and it was very, 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 very close, as you can see in that second round match where she won the deciding set tiebreak by 10 points to 7. She then comes through Claire Liu in 3 sets in the third round, and then another 3-set battle against Belinda Bencic. I did lean Coco going into that match because I didn't think Bencic is showing quite the level that I think she's capable of. But Pegula today, she lost that first set. She was down a break. She reeled Pegula in. She was down a break again. But Pegula, just a bit passive today. Felt like she was running out of steam, Jessica. I don't know if she was tired, whether it was the weather, whether she was unwell, whether it was an injury, or maybe just was a bit tense, playing the occasion, also playing the opponent in terms of Coco Gauff, who came through deservedly in the end. 6-3 in that third set. It felt like she was the one feeling much better out there to set up this semi-final with Karolína Muchová. So, how do I see it going? I think Muchova's getting another win to get her second win over Coco Gauff in a row, and therefore make her first ever Wimbledon final and her second ever Grand Slam final. They've met in a semi-final before at Slam at the US Open, and Muchová had her chances there. But I'm going to just lean Muchová just because of those 2 matches and her pedigree on this surface. As long as she can hold her nerve and serve as beautifully as she did today, with the exception of those first 2 games of the match when she got broken. From that moment onwards, she was pretty good on serve. And if she can serve that well against Coco, I think she takes it. Do let me know in the live chat or in the comments below. But also, I'll see you on the other side because we've got Djokovic against Felix in action right now.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.